YouTube, what's good with y'all? Zarel coming through another video for y'all. So look, what to do when you feel stuck in your life. You gotta understand, everybody goes through seasons where you just feel like you stagnant, you feel stuck, you feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's a process getting to that next level, but you gotta understand, like, that happens to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes through things, everybody goes through those seasons, so you're not alone. But you gotta understand, bro, you gotta get back on the grind, you gotta stay back focused. In order to do that, you gotta recalibrate yourself, so you gotta take time away. You know what I'm saying? Get your mind, renew your mind so you can continue to focus on the things that matter the most. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you spend time distracted, the more time that you spend doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing, you're not improving, you're not evolving. You know what I'm saying? Our whole purpose in life is to create and evolve. So if you continuously, you know what I'm saying, doing nothing, or you stuck in your feelings, or you bad riding, or whatever it is that you're doing, you gotta understand, bro, you gotta get out of that. So how do you get out of that? It's several ways, you know what I'm saying, to get out of that, and it depends on what you feel like it works best for you. You know what I'm saying? Some people find peace in meditating. Some people find peace in um, playing the sport. Some people find peace in literally just taking time alone, truly taking the time alone, you know what I'm saying, to just recalibrate your thoughts, you know what I'm saying, and just focus on the things that you need to do. So examine your life. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta write it down, if that works for you, go ahead and write down what you thinking. Go ahead and write down what your current circumstance and where you trying to go to in life. Because sometimes, bro, we gotta remind ourselves of why we do the things that we do. That may be a reason you stuck. You might be stuck in life because you lost sense of purpose. You lost sense of the goal that you were striving to work for. So when you working, when you grinding, you know what I'm saying, you gotta have a destination. And if you lost sight of the destination, you gotta remind yourself, okay, I'm working because I want to get here. You know what I'm saying? And then you gonna get that hunger, you gonna get that feel all over again because you remember while you're working, and you're just gonna have a why as to why you do the things that you do. So you really just gotta sit with yourself and recalibrate your mind, recalibrate your thoughts, because that's what's gonna allow you to get from being in that stuck position, so you could finally find growth, finally start moving and taking action towards your goals. Because I understand, bro, everybody's been there. I've been there. I know what it feels like to feel like, you know what I'm saying, you stuck in your mindset, or, you know what I'm saying, physically your environment just may feel like you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again, but you're not getting nowhere, bro. I know how that feels. So sometimes, bro, you just gotta step back, you know what I'm saying, and really just find the root of the cause to why you're not moving no more. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find the root to why you're not taking the actions to be great anymore. And then once you find the problem, then you gon', you know what I'm saying, see the whole picture for what it actually is, and then you can start taking the right steps in the right direction to get to the place that you want. Because at the end of the day, like, if you want to be extraordinary, you want to be great, you got to be consistent. And if you know what I'm saying, feel like you stuck, you not being consistent because you're not taking any action. So it's a problem that you have to solve, and you got to solve it urgently. So if you watching this video, I would advise you to really just, you know what I'm saying, you have to get to know yourself. Because I could tell you one thing, but it may not work for you. So you really got to get to know yourself and understand, okay, in my past experiences, what has worked for me to start taking the steps to improve my life. You know what I'm saying? What has worked for you? You gotta find that for yourself, because I can't find that for you. But what I can tell you is you gotta get to moving. You know what I'm saying? You can't be stuck in that position where you're not growing, where you're not evolving. Because where the times where you lacking, the times where you're not consistent, somebody else is. Your competition is, because your competition don't sleep. You know what I'm saying? If you sleeping, your competition wide awake, bro. You just getting behind and behind and behind, and not even your competition, bro. Your time. You know what I'm saying? Every day that you spend not working towards the things that you want to get to, it is time being wasted, and that time is super valuable, bro. You know what I'm saying? Time is your greatest currency. So if you don't spend your time in a way that improves your life, you're wasting your time. So get to know yourself. Start spending your time wisely. Evaluate your life and see where you're See why you're not doing the things that you need to do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, bro. It's you gotta be alone. You gotta be okay with being alone, because your friend, your mom, your dad, bro, they not gonna know what's going on with you. They not gonna have the solution to your problem 9 times out of 10. So you gotta find that for yourself, because you can see your life for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else that is not you can't see your life exactly for what it is, bro. They not stepping in the same shoes as you, and they don't even fit them. So you gotta understand, bro. You gotta find that out for yourself, and that takes it takes self-reflection. So you gotta be able to sit with your mind and sit with your thoughts, and it's gonna be some hard truths that you gonna have to reveal to yourself, because the truth isn't gonna be easy. You know what I'm saying? The truth isn't gonna be something that you want to admit, but it's the truth, and that's what's gonna help you grow. That's what's gonna help you evolve. So you just gotta understand, like, okay, if I take the time to self-reflect on the things that I gotta do to improve, the things that I gotta do to get better and start evolving, then you can finally start moving towards your goals. Then you can finally start moving towards the things that will help you in your life. But if you don't make that decision to find it by yourself and be alone, be isolated during this journey, you just gonna continue to stay stagnant. You gonna continue to stay bedridden. You know what I'm saying? You got to be alone. You got to enjoy being alone, because that's part of the process. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the process that you got to endure. You got to go through to be extraordinary. Think about it like this, bro. You look at any person of high status, whether it be a rapper or a doctor or whatever, bro. Majority of the time, bro, they spend 16 hours of the day in their room perfecting their craft alone. Yes, people may admire them, but the whole journey where they're just working on their craft, they working on their grind, bro, it's a lonely journey. So if you feel alone right now, bro, don't take that as a bad thing, bro. Being alone isn't a negative thing. Being alone is something that allows you to become great. You know what I'm saying? When you alone, that's when you become the person that you want to become. When you alone, that's how you become. That's when you working on your craft. When you alone, that's when you perfecting it. When you alone, that's when things you start getting better. That's when you find yourself. You find your identity. You find your purpose when you're alone. You can't find that when you're in a room full of distractions. So you gotta understand, bro, the journey is not for everybody, but if you on that journey, you gotta understand, like, that's what's gonna build you into the person worthy of the things that you want in life. You know what I'm saying? And you build your confidence by your lonely too. And you can't have that confidence if you're not repeatedly doing the same things over and over and over again. You conquering your mind over and over and over again. Life throws challenges at you this way or that way. You know what I'm saying? You conquering your mind over and over and over again. It seems like you find the same battles every single day, but that is you evolving. That is you growing. That is you facing the challenges and becoming a person who is worthy of the things that you want in life. So during this time, when you're finding yourself, when you finding your purpose, when you feel stagnant, when you facing all these challenges, when it feels like a lonely battle, you are growing right now. So you got to understand it's not a bad thing. What you're going through, you got to change your perspective. You got to change your mindset. It's not a bad thing that you're going through. It's a great thing, because you're becoming the person who is able to sustain the challenges of life. And if you don't go through this process, then who will? So look at it as a blessing. Every challenge that life throws your way, you just got to be able to conquer it. You got to be able to evolve from it. You got to take the lesson from what life is trying to show you. You know what I'm saying? Life works not on our timing, it works on God's timing. So everything that is in your life right now is for a reason, and you got to find that reason as to why this is happening to you. You know what I'm saying? Every challenge is just a means for you to level up. That's how your mindset got to be. Even if you don't believe that's true, you got to trick your mind to believing that's true, and life is only going to get better to you. Think about it like this, bro. If you have any other mindset, it doesn't benefit you. But if you have the mindset, oh, every challenge is just leveling me up, that mindset is gonna bring you to the next level. That mindset is a benefit to you. But if you don't have that mindset, bro, it's only a negative attribute that you have. That's only a negative mindset for you, and that creates a negative reality, bro. Because you got to think about it like this, bro. The world, everybody has a different vision, a unique vision on the world. Some may have negative things towards the world. Some might have a positive energy towards the world. But who do you think lives the better life? The person who lives the better life usually has a better perspective on the world, whether it's true or not. They just have a better perspective, so the reality shifts towards their thoughts and their mindset. So you got to understand that. But that's a wrap to this video. If y'all like this video, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all subscribe, and y'all go follow my Instagram, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.